Hello and welcome back to part 3. As you can see, the Ricky's racing red ridiculous Rover is now facing the other way, so that allows me to have plenty of room there to work on the driver's side. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go and get my overalls back on and let's get her jacked up, get the trim off, and let's see how bad things are. Okay, hang on. So we've got a very small hole here, but I've got no doubt by the time I start grinding that away, that hole is going to be about that big. And down the front we've got a very similar thing to the other side. We've got a little bit of rust there, some bubbles. It feels okay, right. And we've had the same, by the looks of it, the same repair going on. Everything there is absolutely gummed up with horrible dried out under seal, and we have got a hole there again. I'm just not sure how much of it is solid or not, so it's just going to be a case of, again, the same as before, get the grinder out, see what happens, and go from there. Again, the jacking point is missing, so again I'll make another one for it, and I'll burn all this off again like I did last time as well, just to see how crap or good the repair actually was, if it's usable or not. I've got no idea what's going on there. Looks like it's just where it's burnt, I don't know. Oh well, okay, grind her out then, let's see what happens. All good fun. So, as I suspected, as I took the grinder or the Y wheel to this one, again this one opened up exactly the same as it did the other side, so it's not a problem whether it's a small piece or a large piece, it doesn't matter. I've already made a repair section up for that one to go into there just nicely. So that's basically ready to, once I've tidied up this bit of paintwork here, that'll be ready to be welded up. So I'm going to leave that be for the time being. I'm just going to wait till I get my welder out and I'll do the lot in one go. So now I'm going to move over to this front end. Again, not sure what's really behind here, what's going on up here. Yeah, we'll soon see once I take the grinder to it, but it doesn't matter. Ricky supplied me with that seal. I can still cut bits off that. Obviously I want to have a look what's going on behind here. So I'm going to get this under seal warmed up with a blowtorch and get it scraped off, get my words out, and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so I've removed a large percentage of that under seal that was on there. Again, it's had a repair, but this one's had a much bigger plate put in, and again it's not a bad job. They've done a really good job on it. Let down by the really poor application of the underseal. Again, the jacking point is missing, so obviously I'll make a new jacking point for there as well. I'm going to tidy up these welds, just linish them back a little bit because they are a bit lumpy, and welded underneath upside down I can totally get that. It's not a big deal. I'm sorry it's a bit hazy, I'm not completely in the shade at the minute. Right, there is a hole there in the floor, but it's not a rusty hole, it's not a rotten hole. Basically there should be a bung of some sort there, a bit like there is there. So obviously this one's missing, so I'll see what I can do with that. Obviously I'll linish off the hole, make sure it's not rotten. It feels solid enough, so I don't think there's going to be a problem there. The carpet feels dry, It doesn't feel wet, and obviously the foam insulation there is totally dry, so I don't think there's a major leak issue with this car. I'm sure it's going to be fine, so I'm really not worried about that at all. Hopefully I've got a bung of some sort, or I'll have to make one just to put in there. They are meant to be there, so I mean there's one further down and there's one in the middle there, you know, and obviously there's one there as well. This sill, trying to clean this up, and basically there's no point. I'm basically just gonna cut this out. Let's not mess around with it. I've got the car, so I might as well, you know, I've come this far. I've still got some sill left, so rather than try and patch this up, even though there's, you know, there is a little hole there, but as I try, there's a lot to clean up there, so I might as well just cut it out, be done with it, and obviously I can put this lip basically the same as what I did on the other side. So yeah, not a bad job, still quite easy. So yeah, let's get the cutting discs out, let's get this cut off, let's get the repair section cut into shape and whatnot, and we'll get some welding done. Okay, I've took the liberty of just cracking on with this side. Obviously I need to tidy my welds up, but that's welded on and in place, and the same there up the front. It's tacked in position. Need to tidy my welds up a little bit and just fill in the gaps, but boy is it hot today. And it's also a bit windy, so every time I keep trying to put the shade up, it just keeps blowing back down again. So I am working out in the sun, and let me tell you, it's hot. Still having good fun, ploughing on with this absolutely brilliantly. So I think I would imagine I'll wrap this up today, and then we'll get it back over to Ricky first thing in the morning, I think. Yeah, good. Still more work to do, so stay tuned. Actually, I didn't do any more. It basically got that hot yesterday. I think we touched 40 degrees. I basically went as far as getting in the shed and making up the jacking point for this side, and I just decided enough was enough. I think it was about 2 o'clock, I think, and I thought, that's it, I'm done. I think I'd just been out in the sun too long, I think, and I thought, no more. So this is now another day. Obviously the plan was to get the Rover back to him today or this morning, but it'll actually be later on today, because I've not got that much to do anyway. So yeah. But today it's a nice 25 degrees, I think, which is a bit more bearable. So we're 10 degrees cooler, and you certainly feel it. Definitely it's a lot cooler. So yeah, so like I say, I'm just going to crack on now. So I am going to tidy my welds up today and get that jacking point welded in, and get it painted up, get trim on. It's going to be job done, so stay tuned. So there we have all the welds tidied up, and the jacking point is now welded into place, and as the same as the other side, all the welds have had a coat of seam sealer, paintable seam sealer. It's available from most paint suppliers, and basically it's used from the factory as well. So if any new panels are put in where they've only been spot welded and things like that, you'll usually find this stuff is properly you know, really heavily brushed over the joints. I mean, you've only got to look into your boot and pull the carpet up and look into where your spare wheel well is, and you'll see it's all brushed on, and it's paintable. So it's basically like a rubberized primer. So there's no need to actually prime onto that stuff. You can paint straight over the top if you wish to do so, but it stays kind of malleable. It dries like a silicone, but like I say, it is it's primer based, so you haven't got to worry about it reacting with any paint or anything like that. So yeah, I like using it, it's good stuff. So yeah, so all I'm going to do now is get the bottoms of the doors masked up, and I'll start with getting the what's it stuff on, what do I call it, the stone chip. Get the stone chip on there, and we'll get some under seal on, then we can put the trim back on, and then that's basically it done. So yeah, this has been good fun. I've enjoyed it. And there we have it. That's I can safely say that that's completed. Just got to fit the trims back on. I'm just going to show you underneath, all nicely stone chipped again and under sealed. And obviously down the front there, that repair doesn't look too bad. Yeah, obviously it's a bit lumpy like the other side, because there were several plates welded into place there, and plus I've added to it, but it certainly looks a lot tidier under there than it were. So yeah, that's been a really good job to do. I've enjoyed doing that. That's been brilliant. So yeah, all I've got to do now is fit the trims back on and let it off the jacks, give it all a little bit of a wash, obviously secure all this lot, but yeah, almost good to go. And there she is, all complete, all put back together and washed. And what a cracking looking car. It really is a nice looking motor, that. There we go, she's done. So there we go. I think that wraps up this video. This one's been fun, been good, lovely. So that brings part 3 to a close. Nothing too major with that car at all, really. Obviously the previous repairs were pretty well done, but very poorly covered up. But now we've sorted that out, it looks a lot better underneath there now. Looks fantastic. So there's no more holes in the car. So yeah, that's it. That wraps it up for now. So join me again pretty soon when I'll be doing something probably on that one or on Mrs. Win here. Now the ambassador does need a little bit of work. Now I'm not sure whether I've got a sticky ball joint or a sticky steering rack, but it does need looking at. And also when I started the white one up the other day, we had a little bit of big end knock, so in a future video we'll be pulling that engine out and sending like the crank away and the shells away to be all remetaled up. In all fairness, I've known about this for quite a while, in fact a few years if I'm honest. Although it's a low mileage car, I think the same as Ricky's Rover there, it's been, you know, not done many mileage. The white ambassador's been stood for quite a while previous to me owning the car, and it was a little bit knocky then, only on starter, but once it was started up it was fine. And it's still the same now, and having done an oil change and putting a thicker grade oil in probably hasn't helped, and I think with the oil being thick it takes a while now to get the oil round, so I'm going to do another oil change on the car for the time being to a thinner grade again. And yeah, that'll be a video for when that car comes off the road. Once Mrs. Win's done, she'll be taking over the role of going to shows and things like that. The ambassador, I'll get the engine out of that. I've always wanted to do it, but never got round to it because it's always been running. It's now coming to the point where I need to do it, so I think that will be something for maybe over the winter. And then we can get to work then on the black one, which I really can't wait to do actually. But I think if I keep the 2 running cars up to scratch, the black ambassador will be the project that I really want to spend a little bit of time on, and then hopefully once that's running, maybe get rid of the Jag, but until then the Jag stays. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like and all that, subscribe, and thanks again, Ricky, for letting me do this. This has been fun, and thanks everyone for watching. So join me again soon. See you later. Take care. Have fun. Be good. Bye. I called it quits for today. I'd had enough. So I'm now into me what's this one? Passion fruit martini. Cheers. Oh, crikey, that straightens the eye up a bit.